If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me that you hate my videos, but the best way to do that is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Phresher gets robbed at gunpoint, and Young Thug disses Andre 3000. NLE Choppa chimes in on Famous Dex's drug use, and 600 Breezy goes at it with Quando Rondo. Let's talk hip-hop. Alright, yo, so this Thanksgiving, Phresher had a lot to be thankful for. And for y'all don't know, Phresher is a rapper. He's from Brooklyn. He's actually from Flatbush. He's been on Love and Hip Hop. He's been on songs with Eminem, whatever the case may be, right? But Phresher actually goes on Instagram. He posts up this picture of himself looking crazy, swollen, looking like he got beat up by somebody. And he says in the caption, he goes, "I'm beyond grateful. I'm beyond thankful. Words can't describe how grateful I am today for my family and friends. Last Friday, I put my family, friends, and team through a real scare. I was robbed at gunpoint, gun-butted, and almost kidnapped. They took my car, money, jewelry, but they couldn't take my spirit. I'm still here, and for that, I'm grateful to tell you this because things could have been really different. 2020 has been a difficult year, but we gotta keep pushing. Every day you wake up is a gift. Just remember, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger," right? And then he posted up another video of him doing push-ups and everything, just getting right back to it, right? Which is crazy as hell. Now, he didn't really specify like where he was robbed or anything, if it was here in Brooklyn, if it was, outside of New York or what happened. But at least Phresher is okay, man. And the way that things are looking now, rappers are targets, and this shit is crazy. But I mean, I've met Phresher on several occasions, and I've been around him, and he got some niggas around him now. So I don't know if they just caught him when he was by himself or what. But Phresher's not usually by himself, so damn, man, yo, I'm just happy and grateful as well that he's alright. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. If you like my content and you want to support my channel, please subscribe to my Patreon. Over there, you get exclusive content, behind the scenes footage. It's a chance to speak with me. I will make you custom videos if you want. It's a bunch of dope stuff there, and merch too. Make sure you check it out, patreon.com/JonnyFastlane.
I can't rap you 203,000 songs. I ain't never paid attention to him. Never in my life.
You crazy. You missing out.
Alright, yo, so that was a clip of Young Thug saying that he don't mess with Andre 3000 at all, right? So in that interview, T.I. is basically just talking about Andre 3000, and then Young Thug chimes in and he's like, "Listen, I can't rap you 2 Andre 3000 songs," right? And this is crazy because Andre 3000 is OG, triple OG in hip-hop itself, but even more so, if you are from Atlanta, then you really, really gotta respect Andre 3000. He's like the Jay-Z of Atlanta. If you from New York, how could you sit here and say, "Oh, you don't fuck with Jay-Z," right? So anyway, T.I. is like, "What is wrong with you? You're missing out," right? And then, T.I. says, "Well, if you're gonna work with Elton John, then why won't you work with Andre 3000? Because he's one of us. He's one of ours," right? And then, Young Thug goes on to describe in his own way that Elton John is a fan of hip-hop, that Elton John is a fan of Young Thug's, and that when he met Elton John at first, Elton John was like, "Yo, I love that first song that you did. Yo, when is Gucci Man getting out of jail?" And he felt so much love from Elton John that it made him want to work with Elton John. On the other hand, whereas if he was trying to reach out to Andre 3000, he says he'd get a secretary, a record label exec, a manager, or whatever like that, and he feels like Young Thug, should be respected enough by Andre 3000 for Andre 3000 to just reach out to him, directly, right? And then T.I. goes on to explain, but yo, Young Thug has, Andre 3000 is eccentric, he's weird, he has a cool style, and he's kind of the ones that started all this like weird style stuff, and it's dope. And so Young Thug was like, "Well, T.I., then why don't you dress like him? Why don't you rap like him? He didn't influence shit," right? And then T.I.'s like, "Bro, I don't dress like him and rap like him and do stuff like him. But you do. You are literally a descendant of Andre 3000, so I don't get it, right? But the whole situation is that I think that probably Andre 3000 probably hurt Young Thug's feelings at one point, right? So of course a lot of people were getting at Young Thug on Twitter and basically saying like, what the hell is wrong with you, right? You say you never heard of Young Thug, yet, you say you never heard of Andre 3000, yet you had on this, and it says, hey, I never paid attention to Andre 3000. Also, Young Thug, a couple years ago at the BET Awards, he had on a jacket that said, I want to be like Andre Badu. So it kind of shows you that he does pay attention to Andre 3000, but he probably got his feelings hurt a little bit behind whatever interaction they had, right? So somebody went on Instagram and they're like, it just shocks me that a rapper from Atlanta with such an eccentric style doesn't acknowledge Andre 3000 as an ally. Young Thug attempted to shame someone else's ego by revealing his own. Regardless of what Young Thug says, we all know how much Andre 3000 means to him and means to the South, right? Somebody else says, Andre 3000 doesn't bother anybody. This Young Thug interview with T.I. is the thanks that he gets in return. He literally has been quoted giving younger artists from Atlanta props, including Young Thug, right? And just so you guys know what Andre 3000 said about Young Thug in the past, Andre 3000 said in 2017 in an interview with Billboard, he said that Young Thug is exciting, and that there is no box, and that he's all over the place, and to do those things takes a lot of fucking balls, and that he has a lot of respect for Young Thug. That's what Andre 3000 said 3 years ago, right? So it's just funny how Young Thug, yeah, like I said, probably felt snubbed a little bit by Andre 3000, and it's like, fuck it, now I'ma just disrespect this nigga, right? Because that's the type of person Young Thug is, and hey man, can you blame him? But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
Hey Black, you said.
Hey Black, they want to hear this shit? Yeah, okay, listen. Okay, look. Hop out the Lambos to me and little bitch. They want to suck on my dick. I'm like, hold on. Let me say it one time. Hop out the Lambo, it was just two bitches. They want to suck on my dick. I'm like, hold on. I get the money, boo. Wait. Let me say it one time.
Alright, yo, so that was a clip of a freestyle of Famous Dex, or at least a clip of him trying to freestyle, right? In that clip, he looks like he's all fucked up on Percocet, right? And this is a revolving thing that happens, back and forth with Famous Dex all the time. He'll be sipping lean, he'll be really high, he'll be on perk. There was one video where Famous Dex was actually like slumped over, leaning, like looking like he was doing the heroin, rockabye baby a couple years ago on Instagram Live. It's just crazy as hell. He went to rehab, then he got out of rehab. He said he's not gonna do any drugs at all. Then he relapses, and he just keeps going back and forth. But eventually, man, and I've seen this happen we've all seen it happen with a few rappers. They've just overdosed on drugs, and it really kind of looks like Famous Dex is headed down that road, right? Which none of us want to see, right? For Famous Dex, he's a dope ass rapper. He is talented when he's not super high or anything like that. He signed to Rich the Kid's record label. So NLE Choppa actually went on Instagram and he's like, yo, I've never been the type to get in, actually he went on Twitter. He's like, I've never been the type to get in folks' business, but 300, y'all see 300 is Famous Dex's record label, like the parent record label. He's like, y'all see Famous Dex obviously is on drugs too heavy. Can y'all at least try to surround him around somebody that has his best interest? Help this dude out, or somebody who already is in his ear, uplift this dude. He really needs it right now, right? And NLE Choppa is just talking straight facts, man. And it's crazy because literally NLE Choppa really be on his Bryson shit. And if y'all don't know what that is, if you don't know, you better get with it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, I mean, shout out to Famous Dex, but it's just not really looking good for him at all. And he really does need help and people around him, right? But this is just not Famous Dex. This is also a lot of other rappers, but Famous Dex is being put on display. And it just seems like there's nobody in his corner that really cares about him. They just want the money, and there's probably a bunch of yes men. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
And cuz the fucking mayor and the police done cancel the fucking show, cuz. That shit got me blowed. Cause we been ready. On 6, so we been ready to put another nigga, under, on hood, cuz. Hey, jump out, shake. 30 clip on me, jump out, shake. Man, that shit got me blowed, cuz. Oh, God, I already knew what was going on with you.
All Alright, yo, so that was a clip of Quando Rondo after his show from last night got canceled on Black Friday, right? So the whole situation is they were supposed to perform a show in Macon, Georgia, and this is just probably like after 3 weeks after King Von gets shot, also in Georgia after having a fight with Quando Rondo, right? We know now that King Von got shot by one of Quando Rondo's homies, Little Tim, who is now in jail for it. He's gonna claim self-defense, right? The whole situation is that since then, Quando Rondo actually dropped a song called End of Story, detailing the whole situation, saying, yo, we was just trying to make it home. What was we supposed to do? King Von shouldn't have put his hands up, so on and so forth, right? Somebody who was not cool with him making that song is 600 Breezy. 600 Breezy is from Chicago, and he's really tight with King Von, right? So 600 Breezy's like, yo, why don't you go on tour, puss ass nigga? Why don't you come to Chicago with that? Why don't you perform that song, puss ass nigga? You know, just taunting him on social media, right? Quando Rondo ain't scared. He got his whole peoples. He got all his Crip niggas. You see, he got like 20 niggas in the background, and he's like, yeah, we are gonna perform it. We are gonna do it, and we are gonna be strapped up, and we ready for any war that could happen, right? So here they go, ready to go into a war zone on Black Friday to perform a song in Macon, Georgia, talking shit about a nigga that just got shot. Wow, it's crazy shit, right? Of course, the mayor of the city cancels the damn show. I mean, you would have to be dumb not to cancel the show to invite that type of shit, because we all know what the outcome is gonna be, because that's what the outcome was a couple weeks ago, and this active gang violence and all kind of shit on social media letting you know that tonight will be the shit, you know what I'm saying? So of course they canceled it, right? After, of course, Quando Rondo was upset. He said, yo, I'm blowed. He says, yo, 600 Breezy is the reason why this shit got canceled. Maybe a little bit, but probably the mayor just said, it's in our best interest not to have more niggas shoot each other up, right? 600 Breezy didn't call nobody and say, yo, cancel the show. As a matter of fact, 600 Breezy wanted the show to go on because he wanted to show up. You see what I'm saying here? So it's all of that. But let me know what y'all think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Jonny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.